Hey, shalom, 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 Yasharallah. Giving all the praise, honor, and infinite glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, QADASH. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who I learn from daily. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect, scattered across the four corners of the earth. You Israelite foreigners like unto a speckled bird. Shalom to you, sincere Akim, on the highways and byways, doing lessons and videos week in and week out in truth and sincerity. And shalom to you, sincere Akwaf, who's listening in silence as the scriptures command you to do so. And this is your brother Isaiah Allah back at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Lord willing, I hope this is edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. And getting right into this one, brothers and sisters, I got this article in my notifications this morning. As you can see, new rule allows VA, which is the Veterans Affairs Administration, the doctors, to refuse treatment based on politics. This is just another example of Esau's unrighteous decrees. Because now they're ramping up. We're seeing this. We're in the time, brothers. Like we're here. Like it's getting more and more crazy in terms of like the wars, the political structures that's happening in Babylon the Great. You got the division. All right. You got Esau against Esau, Egyptian against Egyptian. That's about to play a part. All right. The Edomites are highly divided, and this nation is divided as a whole, man. And what did YAHAWASHI say? And then we'll read that article real quick. Go to Mark 3. This is Mark chapter 3 and verse 24. Actually, we'll start at verse 23. And he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but hath an end. And so right now we're seeing Satan, which is the physical representation of the Edomites, the so-called white man, is highly divided in their kingdom. All right, there's been a total. There's been slowly but surely a collapse is being manifested right in front of our face, is what I'm trying to say through the spirit. All right, and this is just another example of that, because now they can refuse treatment to you if you were a veteran, if you served in Esau's wicked ass military, based on your just a belief that you have, or even something that you follow, or if you're married and they don't like it. Like if you're straight and they don't like it. So let's read this article. New guidelines allows doctors and other medical professionals working for the Veterans Affairs Administration to refuse treat patients based on political or marital status. The Guardian first reported on the rule, which still requires doctors to treat people without regard for federally protected characteristics, including race, religion, sex, and color. All veterans also are still entitled to treatment. However, the rule explicitly excludes provisions that require individual doctors to treat patients regardless of their political affiliation or marital status. The rules were issued to comply with President Donald Trump's executive order designed to strip government protections from transgender individuals. The rule allows doctors to refuse treatment based on non-protected characteristics, which could also include behaviors such as the use of alcohol or other substances. So if you drink, all right, because we don't give a fuck about that transgender shit, that mo shit. All right, that's pure evil. But if you drink, if you believe in a political standpoint that doesn't agree with that doctor that you go to, then they could just refuse service to you, which is crazy as hell, man. That's their this is a part of Esau's unrighteous decrees that he's implementing, man, from Donald Duck, man. All right. And at the same time, it's getting more and more crazy. The throne of iniquity is just talking, man. And this is just another form of a rift within this government and within this kingdom, man. And it's going to cause people are about to lose their fucking mind. People are already on edge. And so if an individual goes to the VA and tries to pick up their medication, for instance, or they're they want to go see their doctor, let's say they're having a mental breakdown, for example, or some shit, which we all know is just demons and spirits, and they go up in there and then they say, oh yeah. I took a look at your record, and it looks like you're a Democrat. Well, I'm a Republican, so I'm not treating you. or you consume alcohol, okay, I'm not treating you. That's what it's coming down to. That's what it's coming down to, and that's exactly, and this is why this kingdom is divided, and Esau being evil to himself, as the scriptures say, to whom will he do good, bro? This place is done, bro. This place is done, brothers and sisters. The rule also allows doctors to refuse treatment based on non-protected characteristics, which could also include behaviors such as the use of alcohol or other substances. In addition, the new rules no longer prohibit the VA from discriminating against potential employees based on national origin, marital status, political affiliation, sexual orientation, or membership in a labor union. So all these, they can now refuse service to you based on that. So if you're Northern Kingdom, and even if you served in Esau's wicked ass country, this is his military, and you're Northern Kingdom, they can refuse service to you. All right. If you're married to somebody outside your race, they can refuse service to you. If you're, like I said, a Democrat or Republican, and your doctor is the opposite, they can refuse service to you. We all know about the Mo shit. That's the call YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. They're getting rid of that. Yeah, but it's they're only doing that because they're trying to transform this place into a pro-Christian so-called nation, which is it's over, man. It's all bullshit. Or a membership in a labor union. So we're in that time. This place is like breaking down more and more, brothers and sisters. All right, let's get a few precepts. This is Isaiah 10 and verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. All right, and that's Esau, because his decrees are unrighteous. He puts forth laws, all right, and mischief behind his laws in order to push his agenda and what he wants to do, which is to make America white again in general, and to undermine the poor and the needy, man. That's what the devil does with his laws and his statutes. All right, and he's always done that. It's mainly aimed at you tribes. That's what he's forming his decrees around, is to aim at you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as the poor Edomite, which we don't give, but which he's always been attacking his own people. But that's just how the devil is, man. But a righteous man and a well-set government understands how to handle all the classes of our people, the poor, rich, and the needy. But Esau doesn't do that, and so he pushes forth decrees and undermines the little man, and then wonders why people go crazy and start shooting up places. All right, let's get one more. Let's go to Psalms. I think it's 94. Yeah, Psalms 94 and 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? They gathered themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemned the innocent blood. And that's what he does. He leads with injustice and unrighteousness with his laws, like I stated earlier in Isaiah 10. And he tries to and uses buzzwords and certain words to make it seem like, oh, it's not that bad, but really and honestly it is. And he sits upon it, man. He attacks the righteous with his decrees and with his words, man. The scripture says the heart of them is deep. They search out iniquities. Now let me get that. Said I was going to end it off that, but that's the spirit. Let's read up a little bit. We'll start at verse 2. Psalm 64, I'm starting at verse 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. And that's beginning with Esau's elite banking families, man. All right? They are the ones pulling all the strings. Like I said, Donald Trump is just a puppet. He's just a puppet for the banking families, but he's the one. But the banking families are using him to push forth all this to initiate the chaos, man. All right, they're the ones working in the secret, letting them know what to do. And then at the top of them is YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. Those decrees, all right? And that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in the evil manner. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. So they meditate on wickedness. They can't even go to bed. They like go to bed without thinking of something, man. All right, well, tomorrow we need to push out this law. We need to do this, man. All right, because we got to take out these Israelites, man. We got to figure something out. We got to get rid of all these mediocre Edomites. This is like that are not doing it. Like they're worthless. They call you useless eaters, man. And to be honest, brothers and sisters through the Spirit, we should not be going to Esau for medical information or medical treatment in general, unless you dire need, unless you really have to. Okay. You just pray to BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, because he's the one that heals and makes alive again through the Spirit. Okay. So we can't be trusted in this devil in this time. We have to lean on BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI and no longer stay upon them that smote us. And so I'm going to close out through the Spirit. Lord willing, I hope this was edifying. Just wanted to do something quick, giving all the praise, honor, and infinite glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, QADASH. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, a great millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect.